A few learnings from a conference I just attended. The first and most interesting one was that the whole AI thing was not front and center like it was in the previous year at the previous two conferences I attended this year. It's now it seems like it's just part of normal life. Really interesting. Last year it kicked off with a bang and it was all the talk in conferences and amongst attendees and different companies, but now it's just you're using AI? Yeah, we are. How are you using it? Doing this, doing that. Fantastic. And it's just it's part of the normal way of doing business. Observation number 2 is that regardless of where you are in the world, whether it's Hong Kong or Sydney, all companies, whether it's mystery shopping companies or any other companies, they're dealing with the same issue of trying to get staff. Now, it's especially acute in Japan with the aging population, but it's also happening in Italy and throughout the world. This is a common problem and everyone's facing it. So yes, there's talk about AI taking jobs, but the problem is right now, no one is there to fill the jobs. And that is across the board, whether you're talking to Japanese, Americans, or people from England. Observation number 3, people are people. I've said this before, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. People just want to talk about their families, talk about their business, but they all have the same, it's common needs and wants. And that doesn't change regardless of who you're talking to and from whatever country it is. So we don't need to think of ourselves as that unique and, oh, it wouldn't happen here, it wouldn't happen there. No, we are all pretty much the same. Observation number 4, even for a bunch of cynical mystery shopping company owners, we were impressed with the hotel. It is still possible to wow your customers through fantastic service. It doesn't have to be the ritziest hotel necessarily, but when you have attentive staff, a general manager that takes care of you, make sure that everything's okay, and going above and beyond, it's still possible. It doesn't cost any money, and even for a bunch of cynics like us, it's very, very possible. Observation number 5. My dad is in his late 80s and he struggles to deal with the modern world. He can't use a mobile phone. He wouldn't know how to pay a bill anymore these days. He's actually, in a way, a non-functioning human because the world has left him behind. And one of the things that's happened now in this current fast wave movement of AI and all the other things, I think that age of being left behind is not going to be your 80s anymore. It's going to be probably your 70s and your 60s and even your 50s, if not earlier. The pace is incredible, and we all say there's the quickening pace of change. I get that, and we all say it. But the ramifications of that are, if you're not on it, I'm just afraid that people are going to get left behind, not just in business, but also society. So I think we need to really buckle up and get on top of all of this stuff. Everyone that I spoke to is worried about the same thing. I don't want to get left behind, but I think it's deeper than that. It's in life in general. Observation number 6, you have to get out and meet people. There is nothing like doing face-to-face in terms of meeting people, understanding their businesses better, understanding business opportunities. The amount of business that comes out of getting out of the office and coming to things like this conference that I went to is just invaluable. Besides, you get to have nice strolls along harbours like Hong Kong. Observation number 7. I am always humbled when I get out to these types of things. I met a guy at the conference who has got 1 million mystery shoppers in China. 1 million. And he said he's got about 300,000 of them that are active. The scale is enormous. So, just when you think you're doing really well, you talk to someone who's got 1 million mystery shoppers. Observation number 8 is a self-reflection. I got to MC this mystery shopping conference for 2 days and I realized just how much I missed being up on stage and waving my arms around and having a good time on stage. I'm really comfortable in there and I think it's one of the things in the world I can do okay, but I really did miss it. So that one's a self-reflection. Observation number 9, whenever I leave home to come to something like this, it always pours with torrential rain. And it has not stopped since I left, and it seems to happen every single time I leave. I don't know what that is. Not relevant, but it's a thing. Observation number 10, nothing to do with mystery shopping or business, but the pace or the uptake in electric vehicles throughout Asia is astronomical. In South Korea, I saw stores of 30 car charging ports. In China, you see motorbikes, you see cars of all sorts of different brands that you don't even know, racing around the city quietly. The same thing in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is just Tesla heaven. It's just incredible how this uptake of electric vehicles has just captured everyone in Asia. And this is something everyone knows. It's not an observation, it's just a confirmation. Places like Starbucks, they are everywhere. Starbucks, McDonald's, Burger King, even in Shenzhen, in Hong Kong, doesn't matter where you go, the brands are all the same. The supermarkets are different, but the shopping centres, they are just all the same. You don't need to come here to go shopping. You're going to find the same brands you're going to find at home. The level of globalisation now has reached a point where it doesn't even surprise you anymore.